Congratulations on joining Connecticut Freemasonry. As a Connecticut Mason, you are now not only part of an ancient and worldwide organization, but you also have a connection to Connecticut's largest provider of senior health care and retirement living, Masonicare. Hi, I'm Brother Carl Anderson, Masonicare's Vice President for Fraternal Relations. This video is intended to provide you with information about Masonicare, whose very existence is a tribute to the vision and compassion of Connecticut Freemasons more than 100 years ago. Masonicare is a not-for-profit continuum of care dedicated to seniors. Our services fall into three major areas: facility-based care, offering skilled nursing and rehabilitation; residential living, providing independent apartments and assisted living; and home health and community-based services, which include home health care, such as visiting nurses and therapists, home health aides and companions, as well as community-based physicians. Masonicare is also committed to community outreach and education. You may ask why it's important to know something about Masonicare. There are several reasons. Masonicare is one of the primary beneficiaries of Masonic goodwill, and it bears the Masonic name. If people are aware that you are a Mason, they may ask you about Masonicare. Also, as a Mason, should you or an immediate family member seek admission to Masonicare, you will be given priority consideration. Masonicare is based on a campus that spans more than 200 acres in Wallingford, Connecticut. It has its roots in 19th century Masonic philanthropy. In 1871, following the Great Chicago Fire, the Grand Master of Illinois sent out a plea to Masonic brethren for help. Connecticut Masons reached into their pockets and sent over $1,000 and building supplies. 2 years later, deeming their relief needs met, the Grand Lodge of Illinois returned $332 to Connecticut. This $332 became the seed money to establish the Masonic Charity Foundation of Connecticut in 1889, whose mission was to care for the elderly and orphans. The Masonic Charity Foundation endures as an important funding source for programs and services for our patients and residents. Today, more than 100 years later, the Wallingford campus is home to the 548-bed Masonicare Health Center and Masonicare at Ashlar Village, our continuing care retirement community. The Grand Lodge of Connecticut, Ancient Free and Accepted Masons, is located on this campus as well, and the annual Grand Masters Day event is also held on the grounds. The Masonicare Health Center includes a vibrant short-term rehab program, a licensed acute care hospital unit, a geriatric psychiatric hospital unit, and an array of outpatient services. Masonicare also maintains a 45-acre campus in Newtown, purchased in 1983. This campus has its own continuum of rehab, skilled nursing, assisted living at Lockwood Lodge, and includes an office of Masonicare, home health, and hospice. Recognizing the increasing trend to deliver health care in the patient's home, Masonicare expanded into home health in the 1990s. Today, the caregivers of Masonicare Home Health and Hospice, Masonicare Partners in the Hartford area, and Masonicare at Home bring care to more than 3,000 patients across the state. Now, for the next few minutes, to explain our continuum further, I'd like to share a clip from a national video production that featured Brother Stig McPherson, President and CEO, Brother Bill Piper, Chief Operating Officer, and members of our continuum.
Oh, come on. No, no, no. Oh, that's not fair. No.
Life on our campus I like to describe as a college environment for people in their 70s and 80s. Basically, it's very social, very interactive, and very accommodating to individuals' needs. A continuum of care means a lot of things to different people. Basically, what we tell people is the continuum is we're selling you peace of mind, so that you know that when you come under our umbrella of services, no matter where the point of entry is, we're here to serve you and to take care of your needs for the rest of your life.
Our children were concerned about what would happen to one of us if something happened to the other one. And by discussing it with them and making our decision to move here, it pleased them and gave them peace of mind to know that if anything does happen to either one of us, there is always somebody here that will step in and help. Since we've been here, it's the greatest decision we ever made.
The most difficult part of our job is to engage seniors in the thought process of what their life will be in the next 10, 15, or 20 years. So we early on encourage them to think about their future. We encourage them to talk with their adult children about their future, to visit campuses and to see what fits their lifestyle, what fits their needs in the future.
We didn't want to change our lifestyle. We wanted to be able to be free to do what we wanted to do. And moving here, and where we did, it gave us that freedom.
There's many types of continuums of care, but we offer a full one. From care in your home, where we can bring services into your house or your community, all the way through end-stage dementia, hospice, and everything in between. From long-term care, assisted living, continuing care, retirement communities. We have everything that you could possibly want. So when you jump into it at any point, you could take it as far as you want.
My wife came down with Alzheimer. Well, 15 years ago, she started with mild dementia. And I had her home for 10 years, and then I finally came over here to have her tested out and everything, and we have to put her in here because she was unable to take care of it. Like 4 times a day, I would come back and forth at 10:30, and then I'd stay and feed her lunch at 12 o'clock, and then I'd be back like 4 o'clock, and I'd have a little time to take her down before dinner time. It'd be 6 o'clock when I got through, and we'd come down and spend another 45 minutes till about 7 o'clock to go up to bed again. It would be the same thing every day. I moved in here 10 months ago. It's a closer walk for me to get over to see Bernice.
I think it takes a tremendous amount of stress off the family member that doesn't have to drive a long distance to see, for example, his wife. He can walk right over here from his apartments, and I think it does help quite a bit.
The importance of couples staying together in an assisted living situation is that it allows the normalcy of life to continue, and it allows the healthier couple to have some relief during the day when he or she might need that relief, but it allows the person suffering from memory issues to still lead an active, normal lifestyle as best they can.
Well, I don't have the worries anymore. When I leave, I know she's taken care of well, and not like the worries I used to have at home with what's going to happen.
I think what separates us from others is really 2 things. There's 2 things that can change for you. One is your health status, and the other thing is your financial status. When you buy into Masonic Care, you're really buying in for a lifetime, that as your financial status changes or your health status changes, we're always there for you.
Not only the staff are wonderful, but the people here are wonderful. You walk around to the campus and run into people, and it's in fact much better than when we lived in our own home. I mean, the neighbors, you're not as close to your neighbors because everybody was busy working and taking care of their own problems. so that we're enclosed. Well, here it's just a whole bunch of happy people.
Now that you know a little more about Masonicare, I hope you'll consider coming in for a tour or volunteering. Our website is full of information, and you can also find us on social media. At Masonicare, we consider it an honor and a privilege to care for residents and patients in the name of Masonry, and appreciate your interest and support.